Today I'm going to talk about product rule to find the derivative. Okay, so let's take a look. What is the product rule? Now let's take a look. Formula 1. The derivative of two functions multiplied together, fx times gx, equals the derivative of first function times the second function plus the first function times the derivative of second function. So that is product rule. Okay, and I also list some other rules that can be used in solving the problems below. Okay, so the second one is power rule. X to the power n prime equals n times x to the power n minus 1. And the third one is constant multiple rule. So if a constant times a function and the derivative, that will be a constant times the derivative of this function. Okay, and the fourth one is the derivative of an exponential function. Okay, and here e to the power x prime equals itself. Okay, now let's take a look the first example. The first example gives us the function 2 times x to the power 4 times x cubed minus 2. So it's very clearly we have two functions. One is 2x to the power 4. Another one is x cubed minus 2. So the first function is 2x to the power 4. The second function is x cubed minus 2. Okay, so we're gonna follow the product rule to calculate the derivative of fx. So we have derivative of first function times the second function plus the first function times the derivative of second function. Okay, and now we can simplify it. For this function, we're gonna apply the rule number 3. Okay, rule number 3. So we keep the constant the same, and we only do the derivative for the x to the power 4. Okay, and for this polynomial, we have two terms, and we're gonna do the derivative for each term. That is difference rule. We have two terms. We do the derivative for each terms. Okay. Now let's take a look. For the first term, we have power rule, right? Power rule. So derivative of x to the power 4 should be 4 times 4x to the power 1 minus 4 minus 1. Okay. And for the terms here, the first term should be a power rule. And for the second term here, derivative of 2, derivative of a constant, that means 0. Okay, we can simplify it. That is 8x cubed minus 2. 2x to the power 4, 3x squared. Now, distribution. And 8x cubed times x cubed, 8x cubed times -2 And for the second term, gonna be 2 times 3 x. X to the power 4 times x squared should be 4 plus 2, right? So we have 8x to the power x cubed times x cubed should be x 3 plus 3, and 8 times -2, 16. We can simplify the last term. 8x to the power 6, and then we can combine the first term and the last term. We have 14 times x to the power 6 minus 16 x cubed. Okay, now let's take a look the second example. For the second example, we can treat this polynomial as a first function, and we treat e to the power x as the second function. So we're gonna follow the power rule. So we have 3x, the derivative of a first function, times second function, and the first function and times the derivative of second function. And now we can use difference rule. Here with derivative of these three terms, we're gonna derivative for each term. So we have derivative for each term and derivative for each term. Okay, and here the derivative of e to the power x gonna be itself, right? And then we can simplify it. For the first term, derivative of a constant 8 should be 0, and the derivative of 3x gonna be 3, keep the constant the same, and we only do the derivative for the x prime. Okay, and similarly here 6x squared derivative of prime, so we're gonna keep the constants the same, and we do the derivative only for the x squared. Okay, now derivative of x, I should put it here, derivative of x should equals 1. Okay, so we have 3 times 1 minus 6, and derivative of x squared, you can use the power rule. And again, we can simplify it. 3 minus 12, 6 times 2 is 12 times x, and e to the power x, 8, 3x minus 6x squared times e to the power x. Now we can find we have a common factor e to the power x, so that means we can factor e to the power x. Okay, so let's take a look. If we factor the e to the power x, that's gonna be the first term gonna be 3 minus 12x. The second term we have 8 3x negative 6x squared. we can combine the terms. So 3 plus 8, 11. Negative 12x plus 3x should be negative 9x. And the last term should be negative 6x squared. That's it. Now let's take a look the last example. For the last example, we can treat the first polynomial as first function, and the second polynomial as second function. Now we're gonna follow product rule. That should be a derivative of first function times second function and plus the first function times derivative of second function. Okay, now we can simplify it. So we're gonna do the derivative of these three terms. We're gonna do the derivative of each term. Okay, so we have x squared 4x 1 square. And very similarly, we have the derivative of second function. Okay, we have three monomials. Okay, so we're gonna do the derivative for each monomial. Okay, now we can simplify it. For the first term, derivative of x squared gonna be a power rule. Okay, we can easily get 2x. And for the second term, gonna be a derivative of 4x. Gonna be we're gonna keep the constant the same, right? We only do the derivative of x. Derivative of x gonna be 1. So we just times 1. And for the third term, derivative of 1 is 0 because that is constant, right? Again, we can simplify the second term. So derivative of x squared, we copy it, so that is 2x. And the derivative of 4x gonna be 4 because derivative of x is 1. And we apply the constant multiple rule. We keep the constant the same, do the derivative of x equals 1, 4 times 1, right? 4 times 1. And the derivative of constant 1 should be 0. Okay, 0. Now we have 2x plus 4 times x squared minus 4x plus 1. We also have x squared plus 4x plus 1. We have 2x minus 4. Okay, now we can use distribution. Okay, distribution. 2x times x squared, 2x times negative 4x, 2x times 1, and 4 times x, 4 times negative 4x, 4 times 1. And we can simplify it, and we're gonna have 2x times x squared, 2x cubed. 2x times negative 4x gonna be negative 8x squared. 2x times 1 gonna be 2x. and 4 times x squared gonna be 4x squared, and 4 times negative 4x should be a negative 16x. 4 times 1 should be 4. Okay, now we're gonna follow the same strategy. We do the distribution for the second term. So x squared times 2x, x squared times negative 4, and 4x times 2x, 4x times negative 4. And the last term should be 1 times 2x, so 1 times negative 4. So I'm gonna write down in on the second line. So x squared times 2x gonna be 2x cubed. X squared times negative 4 gonna be negative 4x squared. 4x times 2x gonna be 8x squared. 4x times negative 4 is negative 16x. Okay, and 1 times 2x gonna be 2x. 1 times negative 4 is negative 4. Okay, now we're gonna combine the terms. Let's take a look. So here we have the x cubed. X cubed, here we have two terms, right? 2x cubed gonna be 4x cubed. Now we try to find the x squared. So here is negative 8x squared. Here's a positive 4x squared. Here is a negative 4x squared. Here's a positive x squared. So we can see negative 8x squared, positive 8x squared can be cancelled out, and negative 4x squared, positive x squared can be cancelled out. Okay, now we're going to try to figure out the x terms. So here we have 2x. Here we have negative 16x, and then negative 16x, and here is positive 2x. So we have 2x plus 2x minus 16x gonna be negative 14x. Okay, here negative 16x plus 2x gonna be another negative 14x. So total gonna be negative 28x. Okay, and now we can check the constant. Here we have positive 4 and here is a negative 4, cancel out. So the answer for this problem should be 4x cubed minus 28x.